Hey guys, welcome back. This is the Jedi Council, Young Jedi CCG YouTube channel, and today we conclude with part 3 of our series on sealed deck making with enhanced Battle of Naboo. So last week we did light side, you can check that out if you like, but this week we're doing the dark side deck. So I'll get into this directly because you can kind of see from previous videos what it was that I was doing, but basically the first thing we're going to do is take the two halves of our Battle of Naboo starter decks, the two dark side halves that are left in there. So there'll be 30 cards each, which we'll put together for a full legal 60 card deck. And then once we do that and lay that out, we are going to look through our 8 packs worth of dark side cards that we pulled and see if we can improve upon our deck. So similar to light side, our red dot is going to be 8 copies of our Nemoidian bureaucrat character, followed with 2 copies of our Darth Maul. Blue dot is going to be 10 battle droids. Green dot also going to be 10 battle droids. Let's just lay those out quickly for you guys here. And yeah, some people have commented about this playmat. I can't remember where I got it from, but I love the 6 rows because it makes really nice for deck making. And as you can see, it's the 6 movies from the trilogy. And it actually does span out all the way to 9. I just don't show you guys the sequel trilogy on here. I cut that off the screen. So it's a pretty cool mat, very functional for specifically for young Jedi deck building. That's why I like it. It'd be cool if it had all 6 scenes from episode 1, since Young Jedi is an episode 1 game, but yeah. So then we get into our weapons, and we have the same split of 6 blaster rifles and 4 blasters. And again, as I stated, blaster rifle is an absolute premium common card that we're always going to be looking to play, versus blaster is okay, it's serviceable, but usually we're looking to sub out. And then our battle cards is just 10 copies of 1,000 Terrible Things, which is 2 power bonus to any battle droid. And then our purple dot is a mess of locations, which is going to be, 6 copies of the Theed Palace, since Naboo is our planet for this starter deck. And then it'll be 2 copies of Mos Espa and the capital city on Coruscant. So that's what we're working with as a base. And now let's look into what we got in our starter decks here and see if we can improve on this. And as you saw with light side, we improved upon maybe 35% of our deck. So let's do it. We got our Watto enhanced pack here. And again, as I mentioned, these are already sorted, and we are going to for sure be playing our 3 enhanced cards, Watto, Newton, Rune. Even though these aren't 3 of the best enhanced cards, they're absolutely going to be shoo-ins for this deck. So we'll be for sure playing those. Then as it pertains to our red dot, again, similar to light side, we have only 3 possible inclusions. We do have the Battle Droid Squad, who, keep in mind, Battle Droid Squads are unique, which doesn't make sense, but they are. And then Destroyer Droid, Vanguard Droid, and Trade Federation Tank. Of those, obviously, these 2 are very strong with the 4 and 5 power. This at a 3 power is definitely worth playing too. Their destinies are, serviceable and good in the case of the Battle Droid Squad. So yeah, these 3 are just all absolutely auto include. No debate, no even decision there. So we're going to be looking to play all 3 of those in our red dot. So we'll kick out 2 Mauls, 1 Nemoidian. Because again, this is a 3-planet game, and if you're playing a 3-planet game, those Mauls are very bad. Then moving into our blue dot. Now, our blue dot, we don't have the same problem which the light side had, which was that their location bonuses were abysmal. In this case, we do have 2 power dots at the Theed Palace, and then we're able to enforce that with 6 copies of the Theed Palace over here. So this is actually a very strong blue dot, and it's going to be hard to displace. So for example, we're not going to want to displace with the officer because that's not our planet location. So we're going to not play that, not play that. Again, Gungan Swamp, not play that. So those are all the same card as what we already have, but with different location bonuses. This one you could choose to play if you wanted to, because it's 1 power dot all the way across Naboo for a 4 destiny. But again, that's really a personal preference. These two are fairly interchangeable, and I would tend to go for the you know what, actually I would say this is slightly better, because then if you get switched off, this still beats everyone else versus a tie. So I think I'll throw one of those in. But that's the most minuscule of an upgrade, to be clear. So haven't done too much so far with the blue dot certainly, but the red dot we got some nice upgrades. So then moving, oh, I'm sorry, I had 2 more blue dot cards here. One of which is the Destroyer Droid and one of which is the Quarren. Now these are both really borderline. I'm going to say no to both of these just because of the 2 Destiny and the 3 deploy, but it's pretty close as to whether you'd rather have these versus a Battle Droid. But because the Battle Droids are actually on location, they're a 4 Destiny, I'm going to say no to both of these in this case. Then our green dot, we do have the light side problem that I mentioned. All of our green dot battle droids are at the light side's location at the battle planes. So when we're fighting the light side at their location, that's actually good. So it's not the worst thing ever. But again, you'd rather have your characters at your location for when you decide to go there. So this is a great example. This actually is the Theed Palace version that we pulled. So we're for sure going to look to play that. We're for sure going to look to play a pilot. So these two is very easy for me to say I'm going to upgrade those location bonuses again to the 2 that I would prefer having with the pilot and the security. Then let's see what else we have out of this green dot here. Looks like we actually have a lot of green dot cards. Doughty Dauphine. So, I mean, he is actually a 2 deploy for that 3 power and a 3 destiny. I would for sure look to play one of those. I would say I'm not going to play a second, though, just because of the uniqueness rules. So I will look to play 1 Doughty Dauphine. And as I said, I had 2 of it, so I'm not going to play that second. Certainly not going to play the 3rd, so I'm not going to play those. Nikto, again, 3 deploy, 4 destiny. This is going to be borderline again, because I really hate the 3 deploy, but it is a 4 destiny, 3 power. So that's right on the edge of would I prefer that to a battle droid. Oh no, when I'm comparing it to a 3 destiny battle droid, I probably would rather have that over a 3 destiny battle droid. But it also depends on how much battle droid synergy I have. So let's put that as a maybe. Put that as a maybe. And this is the same card. Put that as a maybe. Except for these, none of these give me my right planet. So none of those are all maybes. Toon Baktura then is the same card except with a 5 destiny. So I'm going to say yes to Toon Baktura. And then we'll see where we're at. Oh, yeah, and I got these guys too. Twi'lek Senators, who are non-unique, 2 deploy for that 4 destiny for the 3 power. These are much better. So I'm going to say yes to those too. So I think I've said yes to Doughty Dauphine, 2 Twi'lek Senators, and Toon Baktura, and I'll keep these guys on the sideline. So this is an immense amount of choice. You don't usually get to see this much choice, but for now I'm going to say yes to these 4 right here, and I'm going to say no to these 5 here, and we'll see where that puts us. We can always switch that up if we need to, but I'm going to go ahead and switch out these 4 for 4 officer battle droids. Again, depending on my battle droid synergy, it's quite possible I'm going to switch out all of these and play all of these 3 power 4 destiny ones. But let's see where we end up. I don't remember what all I had for battle droids, and I want to make sure I have enough to pull it off. So, all right, getting into our weapon dots. So yeah, this is where we have some of the battle droid synergy. I do have battle droid blaster rifles, any battle droid or Nemoidian. That's really nice because that'll work with our Newt Gunray, our Rune Hako, our Doughty Dauphine, as well as all of our battle droids. So yeah, definitely want to play both of those. So we would remove 2 blasters for both of those. Then that's just another blaster. Darth Maul's electro binoculars, again, very much too specific. Stap any battle droid. Yeah, that's fantastic. Again, this technically works with a battle droid squad too, because it doesn't say diamond battle droid, it just says battle droid. So that's another nice, huge pull. This, as fun as it would be to say that we could potentially match that up with our tank, no other character can use it, so it's just not worth risking, so we're not going to play that. And then that gets us to the end of our weapons. So I did have to pull one more blaster that I forgot to pull. But basically we're going to end up with 6 blaster rifles, 1 blaster, and then these 3 battle droid cards here. So got that. Then our battle cards, again, we're starting with 10 copies of 1,000 Terrible Things. And as I told you, kind of hard to upgrade because battle cards are so bad and specific. So here we have another copy of that we're not going to play. Use with a tank and any battle droid they fight together. Again, we got 1 tank in here, not going to work. Use with any character fighting on Naboo. That is good. So we are going to play Death from Above. Use with Darth Sidious. No, don't even have him. Use with Darth Maul. Nope. Use with any 3 battle droids they fight together. Like I said about the Gungan one, I want to try that. I think that's worth trying. And I got a couple copies of those too, so I'll play that. After her, add damage to Queen Amidala and a Handmaiden. Again, you probably saw there's like 3 of those in the opponent's whole deck. That's not worth playing. Don't have Pod Racer pilots. Not worth playing. And this is one of those deploy 8 counters instead of 6. Again, I'm going to say not worth playing. So that was actually a little disappointing again in the battle card dot. So we're going to be playing 2 Sending Our Troops and 1 Death from Above. I think that was the exact changes we made to the light side deck too. So we're going to pull 3,000 Terrible Things out, and we're going to put those 3 in. And then lastly, we're going to be moving into our purple dot. And so purple dot, we actually got some interesting pulls here. We pulled 2 droid starfighters and 1 droid control ship. I'm inclined to play all of that because these are a 6 Destiny. I just love them. It depends a little bit on if you're playing with Duel of the Fates rules or basic rules where, basically, can I just put this into a hyperspace pile or do I have to play it directly from my hand? I would say since we're playing Enhanced Battle of Naboo, the correct rules era would be to say that you could have a hyperspace pile and play these to a hyperspace pile, which makes them for sure shoe-ins. So we will play both the droid starfighters, and I definitely like to have 1 droid control ship too. So those are some very nice upgrades. So what I'm going to be looking to take out is, and as much as I love the higher Destiny on Mos Espa, it actually is relevant to have all of these Theed Palaces, and it's only 1 Destiny less. So I think I would actually pull, of course, the first thing you take out is the capital city. But then I think I actually would pull a Mos Espa before I pulled more Theed Palaces. So what I'm saying is we're going to pull 1 of each to replace these 3. And all I'm really comparing is the Destiny on these 2 and saying, okay, you know what? I am going to take the 1 lower Destiny to have more Theed Palaces to turn on all my battle droids. So we're going to end up with 5 Theed Palaces, 2 off-planet locations, and then our 3 starships that we just looked at there. So yeah, that's a pretty nice purple dot, actually. And then lastly, we got to go through and do our enhanced cards. So again, I am going to enhance one of these Theed Palaces out of here, and that's going to be for our Rune Hako. Not going to touch weapons, obviously. Even battle cards, even though they're bad, I'm probably not going to touch those. I'm for sure going to look to pull out one of these 3 Destiny green battle droids so that we're down to only 3 of those. And then throw in Watto Risk Taker. And then over here, again, I love my blues. I'm going to take out the red of the Nemoidian Advisor for the Newt Gunray. Or here, let's do it like this. Newt Watto, just for visual. So yeah, so there you go. There is our dark side deck. I'm pretty happy with what this one turned out. I think that this is very nice upgrades. Again, I'd say pretty similar percentage-wise to the light side as far as what we upgraded. But it's nice. You can kind of see, again, just looking over the numbers, we did 4 here, we did 3 here, we did 3 here, we did a ton in the green dot. We did 7 out of the green dot. And like I said, you could even argue for a full replacement of the green dot with these 3 guys. I'm just not a huge fan. And then here was only a 1 replaced, and then here was 4 replaced. So yeah, pretty similar, little lighter here, much heavier here. But yeah, there is our deck. I might playtest these 2 decks against each other and just see how it plays. Like I said, it's kind of fun to see some of these cards that don't usually get their due turn out to be very good and limited. Like where if you have like a battle droid squad with a stap, it's just suddenly a beast of a fight. So, so yeah, hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. And let me know if you're interested in more sealed deck type videos or sealed openings. Happy to do that. I think I've got coming up here now a bunch of constructed decks where you can actually now compare what does a sealed deck look like to a constructed deck, and they're very different, especially later in the game. Constructed decks are so fine-tuned and homogeneous and all that. But that's what's nice here is you get to see some fun variety. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Stay tuned for more videos.